Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Great Day Houston. Have you ever heard the phrase vestis virum facit? Translated from Latin, it means clothes make the man. In the theater world, costumes define a character. In a minute, we'll share how you can explore the entire theater district here in Houston. But first, let's zero in on one of those jobs that is oftentimes out of sight, out of mind, costuming. Kristen, I mentioned a little bit earlier that there are a lot of jobs that are out of sight, out of mind.
Absolutely.
Your interest in theater started in the front of the stage.
Yeah, I started as an actor in middle school and high school, and then when I was trying to figure out what I want to do for the rest of my life, my mom said, great, go to college. Followed that, kind of.
Yeah, kind of, because you majored in the business.
I did. I have a degree in business communications and theater. And I immediately transitioned into theater in my professional life and have worked on all sides, from fundraising, back of house. Haven't been on the stage professionally, but everything else around it.
Yeah, and right now we are in the costume shop for the Houston Grand Opera.
Yes.
And as I mentioned earlier, you can tell clothes can make the man and define a character, because this was obviously somebody who's kind of important right here. Tell us about this.
This will be some of the trims that go on the King of Egypt's costume for Aida and Ramses. So very, very important person in Aida that will be premiering in January and February.
This is a laborious and long process. I think, we see the costumes already made. You didn't just order these online. You literally are customizing everything.
Yes.
And it can start with, once they name what the musical will be or what the opera will be, you have to research what time period are we talking about? What the material, you have to source all the materials, all of that.
Yeah, we do it all from scratch, from a picture just like one of these that the designers give us. And we take every detail and figure out every piece of fabric, every piece of trim, and we custom make it for the singers who are going to perform in those costumes.
Yeah.
And we can start that process up to 3 years prior to opening night.
It's one thing to put something on somebody, but if they have to do leaps and bounds and singing and all that type of stuff on
Yeah.
stage, you have to figure out how that works with the body.
Exactly. It's one thing for the beautiful picture, and then when you make it into reality, we work closely with each performer to make sure they can do their job and that they're thinking about their performance and not, oh, I can't raise my arm because my costume's too tight.
Yeah.
So that's the job of a lot of people in our team here. Our costume shop is top notch, and they do that. And then once we're on stage, we have a whole nother team of dressers and wardrobe personnel that, as you say, make sure we don't have that wardrobe malfunction.
Yeah. There was a point where the emperor had no clothes almost, right? You all went through the flooding of Harvey and lost, 35 years of costumes and beautiful pieces of material and accents.
Yeah, we were lucky in that a lot of our costumes were in a different location for Harvey, but what we really lost were all of the patterns for all of those 35 years of costumes. Because like you said, we make a pattern for every costume that we do, and those are irreplaceable.
All right, I'm going to go talk to Hillary about a special deal that we have with the Houston Theater District, where people can get a chance to experience all the Theater District has to offer. But just a quick favor right now. Okay?
Yeah.
So I'm going to a gala. Who isn't going to a gala in Houston, right? And I know this would, if I just could put it on, and I'll bring it right back after I just tack it onto my dress. If I could just.
Sure, why not?
All right, great.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
No problem.
Hello, Hillary.
Hi, how are you?
Good. Okay, so I know Theater on the Stars, your gala is coming up in November, and I already have my dress.
You gonna wear something else with it, though?
Oh yeah, no, this is gonna go on top of a, this by itself. No, that would be silly. All right, Theater on the Stars. I was just talking about with our last guest about just one of the many jobs that people don't realize happen before you ever see anybody on the stage. And besides entertainment, this is a great economic factor in our city, isn't it?
It's incredible. The arts and culture industry in the city of Houston contributes about $1.3 billion a year to the city's economy. And so, yeah, absolutely. And I think, we often get stuck in we know we're supporting artists that we see on stage. We know we're supporting orchestra members, but you have an entire small army at each and every one of our arts organizations that's helping to contribute to what you actually see.
Tell us about Theater Under the Stars.
So much about Theater Under the Stars. We're an incredible nonprofit organization. We have obviously our main stage show where we produce Broadway caliber productions each and every year. And then we have our 2 schools that we run every single year round. One is the Humphrey School of Musical Theater, which is technique-based training. And then the other one is the River which we use musical theater and the visual arts to help provide arts access and arts training to our ADA and IDD, our disabled population.
A great way to get introduced to theater in Houston, if you have not already, is Houston Theater Week.
I love this week. This week coming up is going to be just the absolute best. It is one of the most accessible ways that if you don't know whether or not performing art is for you, if you like certain parts of performing arts but you haven't tried others, it is a 100% accessible way with a buy one, get one offer from I think we've got more than 400 performances from 21 different organizations across the city participating. It's an incredible way to be introduced to something familiar or to something completely new.
I always marvel at, there are a few people I've taken to musical theater and it's their first time.
Oh, God.
And they thought, I just never knew it was like this.
Yeah.
That's right. And it's so amazing. And there are different parts of the performing arts that people can get used to. So it's a great opportunity for that. For it's one thing to see a musical on stage with a familiar theme, right?
Yeah.
But sometimes people have misconceptions about something like, let's say, opera.
Yeah.
And when you go to it and experience it, then it opens a lot of doors.
That's right. It's incredible. And I think there are a lot of misconceptions. I think a lot of people who don't think that the performing arts are for them. My first question is, have you tried it?
Yeah.
And certainly opera, what an incredible art form, and the talent that goes into it, from the costume construction to the singers to the orchestras that are playing. I mean, it's really an incredible opportunity. And Houston Theater Week is a wonderful way to just try.
All right.
If you've never done it, just try.
Yeah. And we're going to go talk about the Houston Grand Opera right now. Thank you very much, Hillary.
Welcome.
Okay.
Good to
I
see
can't
you.
wait to see
Yeah.
the rest of the dress.
I cannot wait.
promise you,
I'm
there's
so excited.
there's something else that goes with it. I promise you. Oh, Corey, there you are.
Deborah, hi.
Hi.
Oh, where'd you get that?
Oh, the costume lady over there said I could borrow it for a gala.
Oh, I'm so sorry. This is actually a really important costume piece for our new production of Aida. We're going to need it. It's pretty expensive.
Okay, but what about the gala?
Maybe we'll find you something else, Deborah.
Oh, okay. After all, we are in the costume shop, right?
That's right. Getting ready for Houston Theater Week.
Yeah. All right. So I was just talking to Hillary. The great thing about Houston Theater Week is that people can get familiar with something that they might not be familiar with. When it comes to opera, it's a different level. And I will tell you, when I first went to my first opera, I thought, I took Latin for years. I'll understand everything. I didn't. But I also had an epiphany. It wasn't about the words so much. It was about the feeling. It was about the crescendo of the music. It was about the energy on stage.
So right.
It was phenomenal.
It is phenomenal. That emotional truth just comes through. And sometimes even when they're speaking in English, it's the music that carries the story and that sense of connection, because so often we're watching things through a screen, but there's nothing like live theater to really help you feel what's going on.
Yeah, and when they're on stage and the motions are bigger, the music is
magic.
bigger, right?
It's magic.
So oftentimes,
Houston Grand Opera is truly a world-class organization and has been for so many decades. I heard about Houston my whole life working in the field because we're really the first opera company to pilot opera as an American art form. And no matter where you are in the world, if you love opera, you know about Houston Grand Opera. It's just our job, Deborah, you and I, to make sure more Houstonians know about what's right in their backyard.
Yeah, you mentioned Aida, I believe. That's that little piece I had was, and they're starting on those costumes now, or they've actually started way before now.
That's right.
But Aida will be one that you're bringing to stage.
Aida, the Magic Flute, Carlisle Floyd's Susanna, Showboat, an American classic. So really just another wonderful season of epic grand opera happening right downtown. There's a price point for everyone. And during Houston Theater Week, buy one, get one offers that make opera really accessible for everybody. You know, what's great about Houston Theater Week is we have the opportunity to, across the entire ecosystem, we have 400,000 live events that are going to be available to the public. It's not just the opera, it's not just the symphony, it's the entire ecosystem of all that we have here and the entire creative workforce that lives and works here in Houston, Texas. It's something we should all be really proud of.
Yeah, and as I mentioned earlier with Hillary and with Kristen, people don't understand sometimes the behind the scenes part of this too. How many jobs are provided through the arts as well? These are our neighbors, our friends, the whole bit, right?
People are really surprised when they hear that we have over 1,300 employees here at Houston Grand Opera, sewing wigs, our ushers, our crew, of course, incredible artisans here who are sewing all these costumes bespoke by hand. Thank you so much for handling that with so much care. So much labor goes into all of it. And our chorus, our orchestra. So it really is an entire village that comes together to put on this incredible virtuosic masterpiece for our community. And you can feel it in the theater. You can feel all the expertise and all the care. And so we're really proud to share that with the public.
Well, Corey, thank you very much. I cannot wait to take part.
I'll see you in the front row.
Yes.
Oh, and Deborah, we did find something for your gala.
Oh.
I think this will look just perfect on you.
Oh.
What do you think?
I think it's interesting that you think my body could handle this. This is
you look beautiful and everything.
Oh, the theater. Thank you very much, Corey. There's no business like opera. There's no business like business. Houston Theater Week, presented by Huntington Bank. Buy one, get one free ticket deals begins today and runs through August the 30th. There are nearly 400 live performances to choose from in dance, music, and theater. For a list of all the performances or to purchase your tickets, visit HoustonTheaterWeek.com, HoustonTheaterWeek.com.